Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Graciously Growing, and welcome to Vlogmas day number 4. And so today is the alphabet D. And looking around in my plant collection, I didn't have any geniuses that I could see that started with the letter D. And so what I've decided to do today is for D, take you around my home and show you ways that I have used my plants to decorate my home, and show you what type of plant shelves I've had and some other little knacks that I do to spotlight some of my plants. And so I hope that you enjoy this video. Okay, the first area, you guys, I want to show you is the entryway of my home. I wanted to kind of show you this direction first because you're looking at the front door. So now as we go to the front door and turn around, when you walk in, this is what you see. And I had to be mindful of the plants that I placed here because I wanted them to be able to thrive. So first of all, with this door being right here, these plants are subject to draft. And then the second concern for me was whether they would get enough light. So the only light that these plants actually get is the light from the door that I just showed you. And there's also, if you up here, let's see if I can get up there high enough. There you go. There are 3 windows that in the summer and the spring, these 3 windows bring in a lot of light. Not so much in the winter time, obviously the fall and the winter here in Washington State. However, these plants have been here since early spring and they are doing great. So I'm crossing my fingers. It's now December. So I feel like if they were going to start reacting negatively to the draft from the door due to the winter and fall season, they would have already done so. So of course right here is my beautiful aglaonema that I still don't know the name of. It didn't come with a name identification. I got it from Home Depot. So if you know what type of aglaonema this is, please leave it in the comment section. And then of course there are 2 snake plants right here, and then another aglaonema here, and then my beautiful ZZ plant that I also got from Home Depot. And so yeah, they're doing very well. And I also, since this is a video about how I decorate with my plants and how I try to be mindful of where I place them, I wanted to show you the plant stands right here. Don't mind that. That is a hanging basket that I need to get rid of. But anyway, so here is the plant stand on either side. That put some height to the ZZ plant and the aglaonema. I used to have them on the floor and I didn't really like it from a decorative point of view. I feel like it looks much better with these plant stands. And by the way, I got these from Fred Meyer's, and I have like 2 or 3 more in my home, I believe. And so I think it's just a really good combo with this not console table, but entryway table. The height of the entryway table, the height of the plant stand and the plants, it just is a really, I think, welcoming view. When you come into my home, you can see from as soon as you walk in my door that I love plants because they greet you. And so far so good. So this is the first area that I wanted to share with you. Okay, you guys, now we're in my home office, which is very cozy because again, there are a lot of plants. Now, as far as decorating, on either side of this window here, I have some old, very unstable bookshelves. In the near future, I would love to replace both of these bookshelves with a nicer plant shelf, so that I can, spotlight some of my favorite plants. But right now, it'll do. Also, as you can see, I did get some lights from Amazon to, help the plants that I have, on the shelves to get a little bit light, because this is the only window in here and that obviously is not going to work. Also, you can see that I use my curtain rods as another place to, showcase my plants. And I used to have curtains. I just took them down and I just go with the blinds, and the plants are really the center of attention with this window. I also have a little fireplace here, and I've put, obviously put plants on top. I'm trying not to talk about any plants in particular because that's not what this video is about. And then this here is my pride and joy. I had this, let me see if I can give you a better view. If I come this way. Okay, that's a little better. This particular piece of furniture was in my garage forever. It was a ugly maroon color. I'm going to try to put a clip in so that you can see how it looked. And I spray painted it and repurposed it into a plant cabinet. And I really, really love how it turned out. And so, of course, there's plants in it as well as plants on top. And inside, up top, is the same type of lights that they're on a timer, so they come on and go off at the same time every day. And so I really, really love this cabinet. I was going to get rid of it because it was taking up room in my garage, and then I was like, no, I can repurpose this, and it's doing well. So yeah, this is how it looks. Let me go back in my office area. Just nice and cozy. So yeah, that's the second area that I wanted to share with you. So now, you guys, we are in my kitchen / dining room area. And the first plant that I want to share with you is my beautiful agonema that is a centerpiece on my island. And so let's get a closer look at her. She's absolutely gorgeous. I was concerned about her not getting enough light because, there's only that window there. So this light right here, this bulb is a grow bulb, a grow light bulb in this one to give her more light. And she's been here for months and months. She's doing well. She hasn't missed a beat. So I think she likes it. And I just love her as a centerpiece. This particular, let's move the snowman. Because this is about decorating, I got this pot from Lowe's. It came with a plant. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. It kind of matches the coloring on my island. And so that helps make her a centerpiece. And then this little thankful, blessed little plate thing that I have it on came from, believe it or not, the dollar store. So yeah, so that is how I've decorated my island. And then if you come into the kitchen over here on this particular counter, I have 2 plants perched on either side of the sink. These used to be a hanging planter, but they are very heavy. They're ceramic. They're very heavy. So I took the rope off of them and I just used them as just regular planters. And I put, I don't think I'll be able to show you, but there are lights, the same lights that I showed you in my office area. They are underneath here just to give these 2 plants a little bit more light. And then the you can kind of see the cord is here, and I have it tucked underneath the cabinets. That's where the switch is, and it's also on a timer. So, I mean, you can see it, but it's not unsightly. All right, and then in the windowsill is more plants that, you know, I just love it when I'm washing dishes and cooking. I just like this. This pothos here, what I've done is I've allowed it to start growing up. And let me see if I can kind of show you. There are these little green clips. Do you see them? Yeah, I got these from Amazon. You can open them up and put the vine in it, and I have quite a few to keep it growing up. And so yeah. And then over here, just here on the corner, I have this beautiful pothos, which I was concerned about not getting enough light, but it seems to be happy over here. So I'm gonna leave it alone for now. And then I have my main plant shelf that I got from OfferUp a while ago. That's, you know, housing quite a few plants. I also have the same lights going up underneath here. And then there is one here, but for some reason it stopped working. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with that, because it should be on right now, and it gives these plants right here more light. And then these two plant shelves on either side, I got them from Amazon, and they help me have a little bit more room for my plants. And I think this area looks really nice. Then these little planters, I have 1, 2 over here. Then I have one over there. I think I got those from like Ross, and I think they were like $7.99. And I don't even know if that was this summer or the summer before, but that's kind of like how I have this area. And that lamp right there is an old lamp. See, one of the lights just went off because it's on a timer. It's an old lamp, and I have grow bulb lights in there as well, just to give this area more light, because I didn't think these plants would get enough light from the windows, kind of the way they are positioned. And so this lamp fixture was in my garage, taking up space. I didn't like the color. I spray painted it gray and put grow bulbs in, and it's just in that corner to give these plants more light. I want to get, oops, hold on. Sorry about that. I want to get another lamps to put over here in this corner to give these plants right here a little bit more light as well. And then on the windowsill here, you see I have some Hoyas, and what is that? My philodendron silver sword. And then again, I took down the curtains, and my Hoyas are hanging out there. And then you see these two on either side are those planters that are in my entryway that I told you I got from Fred Meyer's. There's one, there's two. So they're like on either side of the windowsill here. And it's just a nice area. So if I just gave you a view from the window and looking at the plants up there, we go around. There you have it. And then all the way to the kitchen window. So yeah, I just love this area. And people always comment on this area when they come into my home. And yeah, so that is the third area that I wanted to highlight. One thing I'll tell you about having plants on your curtain rods, you need to be very, very careful. Let's get over there. About how heavy they are, especially after you water the plant. And so that is why I've only put these two plants on this rod, because I feel like any more could cause that rod to, you know, come crashing down. And so these two plants have been there for a while, and I do check it. I don't see any separation from the wall or anything like that going on, but I definitely would not add another plant to that area because of that reason. Okay, guys, now we're in my dining room area. And in here, I do have a few plants as well. So on either side of this wall right here, you see I have my beautiful aglaonemas, and they're on those same little planters that I got from Ross. They're really cheap. I really don't like the planters in here. I want something a little bit more nicer to have this aglaonema and this aglaonema on, but for right now, it's gonna have to do. I really don't like this area as far as the planters that I'm using. I wanna decorate it a little different, but I do like the plants. And then of course, in the middle here is another one of my aglaonemas. And so I was again concerned about them not getting enough lights, but they've been there for a very long time. I think it's been about a year and a half. They do fine. They're still growing. And so far, so good. I mean, they do get light from this window here in the summer and the spring, not so much again, like I said, in the fall. And I did have some plants up here, but they weren't doing very well in this area. And so I took them down. That's another thing. When you try to decorate with plants, you got to make sure that the plants are happy in that area. Because they are a living, living organism, whatever you want to call it, living, I guess I would say organism. I was thinking of another word, but they are alive. And so you can't just put them wherever you want. And if they're not happy, they're going to be vocal about that. And then you have a dead plant. So I think what I'm going to do in this area right here is I'm going to get some nice pothos. I think pothos are very hardy, and I think maybe 2 would be nice over here. And then I just have two aglaonemas in, they're actually cuttings in that, in the window right now. Over here by the fireplace, say hi to Santa. I have my snake plants. When I turn the fireplace on, which I don't often, I need to be mindful of this one so that it doesn't, react negatively. But that's where they are housed. They don't need a lot of water. And I sometimes forget that they're there. But I did just water them this week. And I love these little baskets. I got these baskets. I think it's from, what's the name of that place? Hobby Lobby. I believe I got this from Hobby Lobby. And they have a lot of baskets, and you can use them. That's another decorating tip. Because it's a ugly, you can see that ugly black container planter. I don't want to showcase that. So I just put it inside this basket. And the same thing goes for my lily. If I could lift up its leaves here, you can see it's in a basket as well. And I gave it a little bit of height because it has a little, I got these from Hobby Lobby too. I don't know what they really are for, but I just used them to give some plants a little bit more height. And this is a lily that has been with me for a while. She didn't bloom this year, so I feel like she's not getting everything she needed because she bloomed. This lily was gifted to me by my church when I lost my older daughter, which is a portrait of her right here from one of the young men at our church. This is actually his drawing. He's so talented. But so I put, her picture and, that portrait and the lily, right underneath it. And for the first couple of years, it would bloom. And so, but like I said, this year it didn't bloom. So I think I want to look up, what are the reasons why a lily won't bloom? It's definitely getting more leaves. So here's one opening here. So I don't know, but maybe I didn't fertilize it enough. But we're not supposed to be talking about plants per se. We're just supposed to be talking about decorating. So yeah, so that's how I have decorated this area right here. And don't mind that. That's some Christmas. Actually, that's my Thanksgiving decorations that I need to wrap in some bubble, like that bubble, what do you call it? To stop them from breaking, because a lot of that stuff is glass. And last year I just threw them in there and didn't wrap them in bubble wrap. That's what I was trying to say. And I lost a few pieces. So I need to wrap them in bubble wrap and then put them back in the garage until next year. So that's why that is sitting there. But yeah, so that is how it's looking in my living room. So now you guys, I'm in my plant room and I'm gonna make myself not talk about any plants because that's not what this video is about. I have to keep reminding myself. This area right now is not my favorite because I do want to get some type of shelving right here to house these plants. Right now it's just on a console table that used to be in another part of my home, and it's just housing these plants as well as these little blue I don't even know what you call them. They're not nightstands, but I got them off of OfferUp, and there's one on either side. You can see it there, and it's housing some plants. But like I said, I want something a little better over here. The same thing with this setup over here. Let me see if I can move this. Okay, so I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Let me see. So I want to get a nice type of shelf or table for over here, but right now this glass is actually from my Mills Bowl wide cabinet, and I just have it perched on these little planters on either side. That's the only thing holding it up, and that gives me more room to have more plants. So yeah, it's a little makeshift table setup that I'm not in love with, but it's working right now. And then over here, these are actually TV stands from the local thrift store. They were an ugly brown color, and I spray painted them white, and they fit in this corner. And then this is a planter from the dollar store, if this leaf would get out of the way, that I've turned upside down just to give a little bit more height for this particular plant. And I did that on this side, and on the other side is another TV stand, and the same thing, planter upside down to give more height. And then in the middle is my little fireplace that I really never use, but it's a place where I put, you know, more plants. And then of course, I think I've showed this before, I got this particular plant setup from Amazon, and what it is it's a tension rod that goes on either side, and it has these little what do you call these, whatever you want to call them, but this is where you can put your plants on, and it's like 4 or 5 on this side and 4 or 5 on this side, and then it has this rod here that you can have more hanging plants, which I don't have any right now. And this is the setup so that I can have more room. I would like one day, let me back up. One day I would really like to take that down and to actually have some shelving, plant shelves on either side of the fireplace. I think that will look really nice, but I haven't been able to find what I want in my price range. So right now, this is what we are working with. And then of course, you guys, you know, on this wall is my favorite place to showcase plants, is my Mills Bowl Tall and my Mills Bowl Wide. The only thing I'll say about plant cabinets is, I guess it's a good problem to have. Plants tend to outgrow the cabinets, and then sometimes trying to acclimate them to grow outside of the cabinet because they're so used to the how nice and humid it is inside the cabinet with the lights and everything. You have to try to work with them not dying or not doing as well when they come out. So for instance, this begonia is getting really huge. I don't think I'm going to take her out. I'd probably take some other things out because I kind of like her in there, but she is getting big. She loves it in there, and I don't know if she would do as well on the outside. And then in this cabinet is a lot of my Hoyas, and I got my first bloom from a Hoya. I'll be sharing that with you for Vlogmas for the alphabet H. And so most of this cabinet is Hoyas. There's a pothos in there as well. But other than that, I think everything else in there is a Hoya. Yeah, it really is. So yeah, so this is how it's looking in my plant room, you guys. And so, one other thing I would tell you is here again, you see I have some planters on either side of the fireplace and in front of the fireplace. I got these planters from Ross. And, every year, every spring, summer, usually Ross, if you have a Ross in your area, TJ Marshalls, those type of places, they have these plant stands for like $10 or less. And that's when I, would get them. And now I have quite a few. I don't think I need any more, but that's usually where I get my planters from. And like I said, also those TV stands are a good place, a good, cheap way of, having a plant in the corner and having some height. Try a TV stand. So yeah, you guys, I got one more area in my home I'm going to show you before we end this video. Okay guys, we are now in my bedroom, and I want to show you what I did to have more room for plants. So this is a couch that, is on the opposite side of my bed here. And I really want to change this setup, but let me show you what I did just to have room. So here again, this is from my Mills Bowl Wide. This glass is from my Mills Bowl Wide. And as you can see, it's just resting on either side of these planters so that I can have more room to put plants. Eventually I want to get a table that's not as wide so that I can push this teal couch back a little further. And this couch is my favorite because I just love teal. And I remember going in the furniture store, seeing that teal couch, and I was like, oh my God. I think it was like 2 years ago. I was like, I gotta have it. And I think that no matter where I go, no matter where I move, this couch is going with me, even though I very seldom sit on it. I just love it. So yeah, but anyway, that's how I'm housing some plants here. And then of course, I have my philodendron Brazil hanging from the curtain rod. I am gonna put one more plant, kind of like move that one over, and I can probably put another hanging plant right there if I find the right plant. And then over here by this mirror here, I have a different type of plant, what do you call it? Planters. That's not what I'm trying to say. But these are, where did I get these from? I don't know. I don't remember. I think I want to say Fred Meyer's somewhere. And they were not the right color, so I spray painted them gray. And they are housing 2 other plants. a aglonema, and another philodendron silver sword, which when I talk about my philodendrons, I'm going to talk about the problems that I'm having with that particular plant. And then here in the corner, I don't like to set up at all, but for right now, I do have this little 3-shelf thing for plants, and it's housing a Dracaena, a philodendron, and a really sad lily. I'm going to work on that area. I want to put like a nice little shelf over there too as well. And I don't even know if I want to keep these particular plants here. But yeah, but that is what is going on in my bedroom. So when I am in bed, I can look over here and look at the plants. I did have a whole lot more plants over here, but they didn't like this area when fall hit, well, winter hit. I think it's because my bedroom is a little too hot. I had to relocate most of the plants because there was a total of like 3 more plants that were on that table behind the couch. So I'm gonna have to find plants that actually like to be in that area. So there you have it. So I hope I've given you some good decorating ideas for yourself, for your home, and how you can have plants, showcase plants in different parts of your home. Okay, guys, there you have it. That's the end of Vlogmas day number 4. I hope you got some tips and tricks on how to decorate the plants in your home. One of the most important things is to remember, like I said in the video, that plants are a living being, and so therefore you may want a plant in a particular area, but if that plant is not happy due to not getting enough lighting, or it's too cold or not too warm, or whatever the situation may be, that plant is not going to thrive and may even die. And so I had to learn that the hard way, that certain plants I would like to put in certain areas, but it's just not going to work. So yeah, you guys, this is the end of Vlogmas day number 4. Stay tuned tomorrow, Vlogmas day number 5, and it will be the alphabet E. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do tomorrow, but come and find out. Until next time, be blessed, you guys.